Hi Ocean Room, happy terrific Tuesday. Here is your shared reading video for today. Now, I have to recap. Our comprehension skill this week is connect across text. Your I can statement is I can connect information I learned across the text. So yesterday we started to learn the life of Alexander Ball Graham. So now we are going to continue learning about his life. Bell liked teaching, but he liked inventing things better. He started spending less time teaching and more time inventing. So from what we know from today and yesterday, okay, and what we previously read, how much is being an inventor important to Alec? Just think about it. Take a moment. Thumbs up if you think it's really, really important, or thumbs down. Maybe teaching might be his thing. I think thumbs up. He loves teaching. Don't get me wrong, Ocean Room, but he really loves to invent things. He is an inventor, and he loves it, and he enjoys it. Let's continue in our story. Here is another part of our timeline. Great idea. In 1874, he meets Thomas Watson. You'll learn him in a minute. In 1876, he invents the telephone. In 1922, he dies in Canada. One day, while shopping for supplies, Bell met Thomas Watson. Watson, a skillful toolmaker, had helped many inventors before he met Bell. Bell told Watson about his latest plan for a telephone. Now I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to pause. Why do you think meeting Watson is important? Just think about it. Somebody who's like Alexander Bell. Why would meeting Mr. Watson be so beneficial for him? I'll tell you why. It's a good reader. Alexander, he needed help with his invention, the telephone, right? So what better way than to meet Mr. Watson, who's already helped inventors before Alexander? You think they might work together to get this telephone rolling? Let's see what happens. Bell and Watson worked long days and nights on Bell's plan. Bell started thinking his plan might succeed. He got a patent for the first telephone. A patent says an inventor owns and can make and sell the thing he or she invents. The first telephone call took place on March 10th, 1876. This is what a patent looks like, Ocean Room. And that was the first telephone. That day, Bell dropped a jar by mistake. It spilled and he called for help. Mr. Watson, come here, I want you, he called. At least that's how the story goes. Watson came running. He had heard Bell's voice through the wires. The phone worked. Oh my goodness. What makes Alexander's invention of the telephone important? Why do you think it's important? Why do you think that Alexander Bell invention of the telephone is important? Think about it, Ocean Room. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to think about it. Well, I will tell you why. We still use the telephone today. One invention. And look, we still are using the telephone. That's amazing, Ocean Room. Bell traveled many places with his telephone. People watched as he showed them how it worked. In a short time, many cities and towns had phones. Bell kept on inventing things until his death in 1922. He will always keep his place as one of the greatest inventors of all time. This is a picture of him. And this is the picture of the first components. So let me tell you what the difference is. See, this is what his phone looked like. That was the mouthpiece. This was the earpiece that you had to pick up. And then today, oh my goodness, we don't call it a telephone, but we call it a cell phone. 1922 to today in 2020. I really hope you enjoyed this story, okay? And remember, the question that I had asked at the beginning of this, let me go back, was how can a great idea change the way we live? This man, Alexander Bell, created a telephone back, and when he died in 1922, years down the line to 2020, we're still using his invention. So, what was the main idea of this text? As a good reader, Alexander Graham Bell was an inventor who created the telephone. And who would have thought that we're still using his invention today? All right now I need you to click on the Google Doc, and I want you to do your constructive response. Remember, you're going to restate an answer. You are going to cite an example, and the fourth is your evidence. Remember to use the 5-star writing. Everybody say 5-star, 5-star. Okay? Use a capital letter, end with an ending mark, 2-finger spacing. Make sure your sentence makes sense, and no chicken scratch, neat writing. All right, until tomorrow, Ocean Room. Bye.